Hi, Skinglonafro back for another video, and this video is actually 2 days late, so I'm only gonna make this one 10 minutes long because I don't want to be here ranting all day. But anyway, let's get into it. So I wanted to address the issue that cropped up last week, where a primary school in East London, I've forgotten the name of the school now, but it will come back to me eventually, but a primary school in London has gotten into trouble because basically the children were asked to dress up as what they think little children would have dressed like during slavery. Now I was thinking to myself, excuse me? Excuse-moi? Are you kidding me? You want children to dress up as slaves? I'm clearly lost here. I'm clearly lost. I mean, you tell me, guys. You tell me, are you lost as well? Because I'm completely lost. Now, this is what I don't understand. It's the 30th anniversary of Black History Month this year. Okay, so right now it's October 24th, and the 30th anniversary of Black History Month is basically almost over. So now, instead of these schools teaching black children the truth, as per usual, they're teaching the children lies and lies and more lies. You cannot, in 2017, try to get little children to dress up as slaves. I mean, what exactly are you doing? Do you not realise how offensive that is? Do you? Because it's no dog. I don't understand how you can teach little black children to dress up as slaves and think that's it. That's Black History Month done. My job is done. No, Black History is year long. 365 days a year and 366 on a leap year. Yeah? Are you taking an absolute piss? Now, instead of teaching the children about Nanny of the Maroons, Marcus Garvey, instead of teaching them these kind of things, they're teaching them about slavery. That's it. Black people were slaves. This is all we were. And then after that, we weren't no longer slaves. That's it. That's all they teach us. They don't teach us before. They don't also... I mean, how about you... actually, let me get my thoughts together. Is there a way to teach black children the impact that the influx of West Indians coming over to Britain during the 1940s and the 1950s, the impact of how that affected Britain today as we know it? Because let's face it, if they didn't come over in the 1940s, yeah, they didn't come over in the 1940s and worked as nurses and healthcare assistants, auxiliary nurses, if they didn't build up these buildings that we have, what would Britain look like? Because let's be clear, the NHS came about in the 1948. Correct me if I'm wrong, 1948. Now, it is a fact that West Indians and Africans, when they came to work here in the UK, they were the ones who saved the NHS, because without them tirelessly working as nurses, midwives, auxiliary nurses, healthcare assistants, you name it, without them, Britain would not be here. Britain would not be as built up as it is today. The NHS would not be where it is today if it wasn't for these nurses. But then again, the NHS is kind of going to shit right now, but that's another issue. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that today. But anyway, like I'm saying, black people have had such a massive impact on Britain, and yet we're still dealing with racism today. We dealt with racism when they came over on the ships and on the planes. We dealt with racism then anyway. People then refusing them houses. I know for a fact that certain white people actually would move out of neighbourhoods just so they could not be near these black people. So this is why when black people came over during the 1940s or whatever, and they always stuck together. They clung together, clung to each other. West Indians clung to each other because that's all they knew. That's what they knew back in Jamaica, Barbados and Trinidad and etc. Yeah, that's all they knew. They clung together. So when they came over here, they did the exact same thing. They clung together in these little tight communities. And then, you know, they built up Brixton Market and all these kind of places. They built it up. And now, unfortunately, due to gentrification, you are not seeing these. Brixton Market is basically long gone. You used to see aisles of black people in the little stores with the plantain and the yam and the sweet potato. Now you're not seeing these things. And it's unfortunate because our children are not going to grow up seeing the things that we saw. That gave us a sense of pride, a sense of identity. A sense of identity that is because of what we did here in Britain. And now it's like all these things are trickling away. And I'm like, why are we no longer holding on to where we came from, our identity? Why are we no longer eating the food that we ate, that we've been eating for years? Why are we so quick to just dash it away as it's nonsense? No, it's a part of our culture. It's not just food. It is a part of our culture. Yam, plantain, sweet potato, oxtail, jerk food, whatever you want to call it, roti, every kind of thing that you see in the Caribbean. This is our kind of food, and we know we're not holding on to it. Yes, there are a load of Caribbean food shops, but what I'm saying is, how many of us younger people are going to be cooking these types of foods for ourselves when it's so quick to just go down to, say, the supermarket and get a ready meal because you've been working long hours and you're just tired and you don't want to be cooking up all these kind of foods because they take a while to cook. It's a fact, they take a while to cook. I mean, how many people are gonna be cooking soup on a Saturday? Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So now when we get kids in school who are being told to go to school and dress up as slaves, it's like, it is so frustrating because if they're losing their identity and then they're being told that all they are is slaves, it's, what is wrong with people? I don't understand this. What is wrong with people? Why do they insist on doing these stupid, racist, ignorant, bigoted things? And the fact is, even though I'm saying what is wrong with them, they know exactly what's wrong with them. They know they're bigoted, racist as hell. I mean, you've actually sent a letter round to people's houses to tell them to make sure that their children dress up as what they think slaves dressed up as. In 2017. And then the barefaced cheek of this school to apologise and say, well, we apologise for this incident, and of course the children are not going to be coming to school dressed up as slaves and blah blah blah. And what was the other thing anyway, saying about, the headmaster basically said that he did not approve this letter. So if you do not approve this letter, where on earth did it come from? Because we're trying to teach our children about cultural identity, the food that we eat, what it means to be a black person living in Britain in 2017. Yes, we will teach them about slavery, but that's not all we were. Yes, we will teach them about slavery, but there was things that we did before slavery and things that we are doing after slavery, and it's very difficult to teach children one thing when they're learning another completely different thing in schools. This is what I'm saying. Education is not just something in a school or university. Yeah? Education is what you learn at home as well, the books you read, what your parents teach you, the things you will read on the internet. Because let's face it, a lot of information is on the internet now. It's just up to you to decide whether that is the right kind of information you need to be absorbing, because there is a lot of bullshit on the internet, you know. So this is something that pisses me the fuck off. Do not be teaching our black children this. Yeah? Do not damage their self-esteem like that. We were not just slaves. We were not just slaves. That's not all who we are. And they don't seem to have a realization that, I mean, all these acts that they've got now, the Human Rights Act and all this, and the Equality Act, and yet they're still able to do these slyly racist things. And then it's not even like it's undercover. It's not even like it's undercover. It's blatantly in our children's faces. But yet, depending on their age range, they're not gonna have the they may not be able to voice that it's wrong. Boy. This is another thing though, because I remember when I was in primary school and secondary school, and they teach you about Black history, and they just tell you the basics. Basically, slavery happened, and then it ended because they decided to get rid of it. And then what was it? Oh, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, they teach us a little bit about American Black history, and I'm like, how about you teach us about the Black people who was in Europe years before slavery? There may not have been that many of us here, but there were Black people here way before slavery. We've been here. Yeah, we have been here. So though, for them to be so disrespectful to just say, oh, to reenact slavery, how about you get them to reenact the Black Victorians and the Black Edwardians? How about that? Oh no, you can't do that, can you? Because then you would have to change the whole school curriculum, which I know you won't do. Because the school curriculum around history is just basic. And they're not going to change it at all. Even though it's Black History Month, it's like, oh, they've given us this one little thing and we've got to be proud to just have 1 month to talk about Black history, when Black history is... Ooh, where's it going? Where's it going? It's not even going to reach Black history. If it was Black history, if we're talking about if it was on a piece of paper, it's not even going to reach my fucking wall. So don't let them do this bullshit. Don't even let them do this freaking bullshit. They get my goddamn nerves. The nerve for them to be teaching our children this. The nerve for them. So the day it comes for me to have children, I'm going to be teaching them as much as I possibly can. As much as I possibly can. And that's up to me. That's up to me to do my research, to make my own observations, to do my investigations, you know? Not just to rely on these systems to teach our children lies and malice and not even tell the whole truth. Yes, slavery did happen. Yes, slavery did happen. Nobody is denying that. But that's not the only thing that happened. How about you talk about what happened before slavery? Why we was even forced into slavery in the first place? Let's be clear. It's all to do with economics. It's all money to them anyway. They wanted people to do work. They didn't want to pay people. So therefore, let's go to the continent of Africa and take all these Black people out of there and take them to Britain and take them to the Caribbean. Take them to the Caribbean and take them over to America as well. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole situation. So just let me know what you think about it. Like, why they're trying to teach our children this nonsense? Why they want to dress our children up as slaves? Do they not realise how offensive and degrading it is? Big white people who can read fucking history books. They're not dumb. We as Black people don't need to be teaching white people to not be racist. It's 2017. If you're not gonna be racist, I'm not even gonna bother. Because the way some of you act, you're acting like it's in your freaking DNA. That's how some of you are acting, seriously. Now I'm one person who believes that not all white people are racist, yeah? But the majority of you, all of you benefit from white privilege, and don't even dare come on my video and deny it, because you do. All of you benefit from white privilege. And the simple fact that every time I say this, someone comes on my Instagram page or my Facebook page or my Twitter page and denies it, and you're white, This is exactly, you have the white privilege to deny it, but I do not have the privilege to not face racism in Britain in 2017. I don't have that privilege. Even despite all the laws there are, I still don't have that privilege. So, anyway, let me calm down. Anyway, you guys have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your night, okay?